But the fact of the matter is we do see three very important trends now. The first of which is that COVID-19 is widening inequality within Malaysia as a society. So as the economy contracts, some are suffering much more than others. And this is something that really puts this issue of social inequality very much in the fore and actually raises the issues for social protections. And there is a conversation around this already, but it needs to extend. The second issue that is happening is that when you have a contracting economy as Malaysia is, and the numbers are very worrying, the problems of corruption and leakages become much more serious. And there's not an inadequate attention to some of the areas of the way contracts are being dispersed and the problems that are associated with that. Now more than ever, every single ringgit counts in terms of the disbursements. It has to be targeted in this area. So this is where questions of governance, institutional reform become very important. And the third issue that is fundamental is that, with Malaysia's economy needs to engage in substantive reforms. What we've seen are some very worrisome areas in terms of GLC contractions in the government-linked sectors, for example, as opposed to creating more professional management, as opposed to political management of the GLC.
Actually, right now, despite that we are in a crisis right now, economic crisis and the health crisis, is actually an opportunity for the government to take leadership in bringing about some structural reform, both in the economy and also the institutions, so that we are in some way reset for the future.
I think there is always opportunity, and I think that the business community can also play a very important role in that. I think one of my concerns with Muhyiddin Yassin's government has been how narrow the economic policy managing process has been. There needs to be much greater involvement of different actors, both in the health sector and in the economy, from parts of civil society, wider elements of business. Some groups have been included, but many of them are just KL-based. We talk about Sabah and we try to understand what happened in Sabah. The economy in Sabah is really hurting. You don't need to be going, you don't need to go to look around in places like Sandakan to see how many businesses are closed. And it is, this is very telling, and much more than I find in some of the other parts of Malaysia, although there are hurting in other places as well.